Okay, so let's start with today's. Today we'll see a couple of business rules and how to trace the business rule. Did we look at tracing the business rules?
No.
No, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Today we are going to look at the business rules on objects. Okay. Now, so far we have seen the business rules on employee or people profile. And today we will go and see how to generate the position ID or a department ID. If I have to have our own position ID. Okay, so how do we generate the position ID? So for position ID, the base object should be position. If then condition. Now for any auto generation of the codes, firstly we need to set up the sequence. We need to set up sequence. So sequence is a generic object. We need to maintain it in managed data. And this sequence, we need to add it on our business rule. When do you want this sequence to be generated? On the position, if you select the company as, if my company is equal to 7700, what is that? 7700 or 8800 is equal to RIL, Reliance Industries. And if position code is blank. Position code is equal to null. Only if it doesn't have value, then I want system to generate the code, set position code equal to whatever sequence that we have. The next number of that sequence should be my position code. Okay. So first let's go to manage data. Create sequence. External code 8800. RIL position sequence. And what should be starting number? You can give your own starting number. Let's say I want to have it from 8800. So I want my position to start from 8800. And the next number, step increase should be one number. That means next number should be 8801, 02, 03, and so on, right? One number increase. Okay. Or I'll add one more number. Okay. Now this is a text field. This contains a special character also in this. And we don't want any special characters in our position ID. So we'll have to first format this in the business rule. So let's go to configure business rule. New business rule. Because position is a generic object or a foundation object. So we need to go and find the rule scenario, metadata framework, rule for MDF based objects. Okay. Here, RIL underscore POS underscore sequence. Base object is position. Position type, position equation, position competencies, extension. Okay. Let me see if it is under position management. So we have separate tools in array for position management or MDF foundation objects. Base object. Let me see if we have. This is only for foundation object. This is fine. Onboarding, position management. Let me check if we have the base object here. It should be under metadata framework only. Tool will operate on the selected base object. You can assign the rules of the base object. Okay. It's foundation. Let me check if the position object is changed. Configure object definition. Okay, now I'll go here, refresh. Metadata framework, tools for MDF object, base object. Let me check. You have position here. Somehow the label was removed, so it was not showing up. Okay. And purpose of the business tool, what we are doing. So on the position object, we want to generate the ID. Okay. On save the object, we want to have the position ID generated. Okay. So if you want to have it on the initialization, as soon as you open the screen, it should be initialized. Validate while saving the position object. If you want to see if we have the value, then okay. Otherwise, you need system to generate. Okay. You can choose validate and continue. First condition, if position ID is null. If position code is equal to null. Null means blank. Null will be at the end. Second condition, add one more expression. If on the position, if company value is equal to Reliance Industries. Okay, if it is Reliance Industries, then I want to execute. not be execute actually. Give me a second, the options have been changed here. Metadata framework rule. Let me have it and evaluate. Okay, so this is fine. Firstly, position code is equal to null, and then add one more expression and if company value is equal to Reliance Industries. Okay, so if it is blank and company is Reliance Industries, then I want to set. What do you want to set? I want to set position code. What do you want to set the position code as? So a position code, firstly I need to format the number. Okay, equal to, we have functions which needs to be selected here. Now after the position related fields, we have all of these functions. Have these functions. We need to use some of these functions. Firstly, we need to format the number. Go choose the function format number. What number you want to format? The template should always be %d, which will remove the decimals, the special characters in the number. And any other text that you want to add, you can add it here. Let's say I want to have in front of my number, I want to have RIL as my position code. So you can put RIL here. RIL %d. This will replace the text with the number. Okay. I'll have that number 88000. In front of 88000, you'll have RIL. And the 88000, you will not have any commas or the decimals. Okay. And the number should be the next value of our sequence. Again, one more function, get next value. Here we need to choose get next value function, this one. You have other functions like add, subtract, divide. You can choose any of it based on the conditions. Get next value, when you select the get next value, it asks us to select the sequence. My sequence is RIL position sequence. Now save it. Now my business rule is ready. What does it say? If position code is equal to null and company is equal to Reliance Industries, I want to format the number and I want to add RIL in front of each every position code and get the next value of RIL position sequence, this object. So go to position object, make correction, come here, add your rule. Save. Okay. Now go to position sequence. Go to manage positions or manage data. Create new position. A position code is blank. And I want to create my position. Okay. So this is my ID. Company is Reliance Industries. Okay. PU1. Division 1. Okay. I'll try to have Position type as RP, parent position. HR manager. Okay, and save. What is the position code here? RIL 88000. This is my position code now. Now, if I want to, if I generate the position code from org chart, go to org chart. Position org chart. Okay, this one. Okay. Now, any position that you select, let's say this position, I want to copy. Copy position. How many positions you want? I want 4 positions. Okay. What are these position IDs? RIL 88004. So all of these positions got copied. I have these positions now. RIL 888 001 002 003 and 004. Now if I go and check the sequence, if I check my sequence, RIL position sequence, the next number is 88005. We started the sequence from here, and the next value is 88005. It will be updated based on the number that is available. Okay? Clear? I'll go set it to set position next one, this one. Okay. Let's look at some other business rule on the object. Now, if I go to position here, go to position, when I'm selecting a job code, what is system doing? System is updating job title, position title, it is updating employee class, pay grade, then regular temporary. Okay. It is updating these values. Now, how is this update? How are these values updated? And there must be a business rule on the job code object. It must be a business rule on job code object. Job code field of position. Sorry. Go to make correction. Here you have job code. So go check the details of the job code. And here you see there is a business rule. What is this business rule doing? Okay. It is updating the values. Set position job title to be equal to job title's default value. Job codes employee class, job codes job level, job codes regular temporary, job codes pay grade, and job codes value. So all of these field values are updated on the position. Similarly, now I want system to automatically set some values of the field, some values on the object. You can write a business rule to default the field values. Okay, you need to set when do you want the data to be updated. Let's say I want my data to be updated whenever you select the some values. Okay, let's say I want to default a location or default a department. We can do that as well. Okay. Now let's look at some other object. Job classification. Okay, let's do on the position itself. On the position, if I select job codes related to RL, I want company code to be defaulted. Okay. So company, business unit, location and cost center, I want those to be defaulted. So what I'll do, go here. So what does this business rule? If I go here, okay. So it is updating the values without any condition. Now we'll write a business rule, create a new rule, metadata framework, rule for MDF based object, RIL, position, job. Base object is position. Okay. Evaluate. Okay. If positions job code is equal to, now if I'm selecting some, okay, either this one, add parent or add one more expression. Okay. Copy this, paste it here. RIL director. One more paste after RIL intern. Okay. So if I am having one of these values, paste after RIL manager also. RIL paste. So if I'm choosing any of these job codes, okay, I want to set the positions company to be equal to Reliance Industries. And I want to set one more expression. What do you want to set? Set positions business unit to be equal to RILBU1. Okay. And then copy this, paste it here. Location also I'll set. Location to be equal to RIL Bangalore. One more expression. And cost center to be equal to RIL cost center. Okay. RIL regular cost center. Paste. Division to be equal to RIL division. Okay. Just move up. Okay, this will be after. First company, business unit, division, and then location and cost center. I want this to be updated. Okay. Now, I've written a business rule. And I want this to be updated as soon as we select the job code. If you're selecting job code, system should bring up these values. And if the job code is one of these values. Okay, Let's go to configure object definition, take action, make correction, go to the job code field as soon as we change the field of job code, right? So we should have our business rule here. RAL job, set done and save. Now I want to test if my business rule is working. So if you see that your business rule is not working, or when is our business rule working? So if you want to trace, you can always use the rule trace option here. Okay, create new, have a rule trace. Now I want to trace my rule, how system is reading the business rule that I have created. So you can have the rule trace, RIL trace. Start date, end date can be today and tomorrow. It could be between 2 days. Okay. Login user, I have logged in as SFadmin. I've logged in as SFadmin and save. If I want to trace my business rule, I can add only one business rule. Or I want to see all the business rules that are getting traced, you can leave it blank. Okay. So now I'll go here, duplicate. Business rule is added, right? I want to see my position. Go to position, select the job code. Select the job code. Okay. You see, all of these got updated now. Company, business unit, division, location, cost center. All of these values got updated as soon as we select the job code. Now you go here, download the trace. Download the trace. It is not. I think because of the date what we have selected, system's date is still yesterday. Okay, so I'll come here, select the position again. Okay, RIL general manager. So as soon as you select, these values are updated automatically now. Okay, you go here, download the trace. You see, this is traced. Today's date, rule ID, action, and the context. So this is not required. I'll just hide. Now what is happening? First, it is checking this condition, LL job position. Okay, this rule, and then our business rule. So why is our business rule triggering? If I go here, just select this one. First one, action begin here. Execute this rule. Okay. Block begins processing if condition. The block is beginning here and if condition is processed. Okay. Retrieved positions job code. Now system finds the job code value as 74070. Okay. Now it is comparing because we are checking if the job code is, okay, Reliance RAL job code, right? So it is this job code. Okay. Condition evaluated as true. And then it is setting all of these values. Set property company 8800. Positions business unit to set to 8800. Division to 8800. Location to 8801. Position cost center to 8800. And then this is ending here.
Vito,
Yeah.
where are we going to use this trace?
Trace. If you have written some business rule and it is not triggering, your rule is not working, and you want to know why your rule is not working. Okay, maybe
Okay.
for you, the rule, the configuration, what you have done seems to be correct, but your rule is not working. So you can go and see where is it actually failing.
Okay. But
Okay.
we will get an alert, right? Alert or an error message if the rule is not working, right?
No, let me do one thing. If I go to manage business configuration, I'll go to job information. Make correction. A rule is removed from here. Just add it here. Okay. And then job information model. On save. Workflow as well. Okay. Save. I'm just checking my business tool here. Okay. Okay. At last, I have added one condition called data change. Okay. Now, I'll go to any employee. A rule trace is on. I go to this employee. Change job and comp information. Changing job information of this employee with effect to July 1st. Okay. Now I'm just adding some contract type and save. I think there is do one thing. Okay, I'll change this to 45. From 40, I will change it to 45. Okay, it's saved. Now, I go to job information. What should be the event reason here? Oh, it is manager transfer. Okay, that's fine. This one is now showing as data change. Why? This is a data change. This one, right? This we did with July 1st. Let me do one thing. Once again. Change job information. Starting with 24. $45. So, okay. It inserted one record with data change. Okay. Now, why is it data change? Why not some other event reason? Let's go and check. Go here, rule trace, download the rule trace. I'll see here or business. So all of these business rules are running in the backend. So let me go and check this business rule. Okay, because this is setting our event reason. This is setting our event reason. Now see here, it's starting from here, this condition. Okay, processing else if condition, block begin. Oh, so this is again block end. Yeah, block begin if condition here, this one. It started from here. Okay, so this is first time when we have saved this triggered, and then later this one. Job information model, firstly it is checking the company value. The company value, it has got the legal entity as 8800. Okay, and then it is going and checking the department. Okay, what role is this? This one, right? Go to business role, this one. No, first is this one. Reliance Industry, this condition is passed. And then second condition, it is checking department value. Comparing legal entity, this is true, and comparing department. Okay, so department is not changed. So condition is false. Now the block ends here. This block ends here. And then it is going to this condition, supervisor. Processing if condition. Okay, first it is checking the comparing the legal entity. Okay, this is fine. And then manager ID. It is comparing manager ID. So both the managers, previous and current manager is same. So this is also fail. So it ends here. And then it is going to next condition, if condition here. Okay, so this one. It is now checking division, business unit, and cost center. You see here, division, business unit. Okay, compare false, and then cost center. This is also false. Compare cost center. Cost center is also not changed. The block ends here. So like this, it will check all of the conditions, and then last condition, block ends here, and processing else block. Condition is always true. Retrieve job information, event reason value. This is data change. So that's why else condition, last condition. If not any of these conditions, it will go and set this condition. Okay. Now, if you want to see why a particular event reason is setting up, now data change, why system has not considered any of these event reasons, why it is setting only this one? Because these conditions are not meeting. There is no change in the grade. There is no change in the salary. There is no change in the department or division. So it is checking all of these conditions and executing this one. Now, sometimes it may happen that you are expecting some business, some event reason to be set, but system is setting this value. Why is system setting up that value? You go and trace the rule. It tells you why system is selecting that event reason.
Is it a good practice to have a trace for all the business rules, or like?
No, only when required. This can be set only for 2 days, today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow, or for a particular scenario.
So just for troubleshooting, right?
Just for troubleshooting, if it is working or not. Sometimes in the support, users will come and ask, why is system behaving this way, or why system is updating this way, or expecting the other value to be set, but system is setting this value. So you can go and trace the rule.
Okay.
Okay. So that's on your business rules. Okay. Clear? Now we'll be moving to a different topic from business rules. You can go through you want to learn more business rules, you can go through the existing business rules which are on the objects. go and see why a particular rule is triggering, what is system updating, what is written in that business rule. You can just read and understand. Okay. Now let's go to a different topic. Now, on the home page, or let's say we'll talk a different topic. Now, here we have the people profile. So let me go do it in your system once. Give me 1 minute. Okay, now this is your instance. I'm sharing my screen now. I wanted to show you on this. Now, people profile, any of your, can somebody tell me your employees, any employee? If I hide. Okay, let me go to one of this employee. Okay, we have this employee called Mark Burr. Okay, now I have this employee. On the people profile, we see all of these fields. Salutation, first name, middle name, and so on. So all of these are the fields that are available on each of the portlet. Similarly, if I go to job information, I see some fields here: company, business unit, division, department, and so on. Comp information, you will see the annual salary and so on, right? So different portlets have got different fields. Different portlets have different fields. So if I have to add a field or change the property of the fields of people profile, where do we do that? Where do we do that? Where do we make changes for the people profile? What did we discuss? Employee objects can be modified in succession data model. Okay, either on add new employee screen or employee files. So this is your employee files, right? Employee files, this page, if you want to modify, either you can do it in succession data model or manage business configuration, because succession data model is updated from provisioning. And if you don't have access to provisioning, you can always do it from manage business configuration. So you go to manage business configuration. Go to manage business configuration. Now these are all portlets of people profile. Within personal information, I want to add a field. Go to personal information. Okay, so these are the existing fields. These are the existing fields. There's a field called custom string 15 state, custom string 10 city. So these are some of the custom fields which are added. Now, if I want to add my own field, go to make correction. Let's say I will delete this. Okay. And add some custom fields. Let's say this is available. So all of the custom fields which are available will show up here. Custom string 1, custom string 2. Okay. 1 and 2 we have used. So it won't show up again 1 and 2. F starting from 3. So I'll go choose custom date 1. Okay. Now I'll add some label for custom string 1. So what do you want to have it as? Custom string 1. First, this is enable yes. This is mandatory. If you want this field to be mandatory, you can set it to yes. Okay. Let me go to details. I'll find all of the information. Custom string 1. What is the label that you want to give? Now, I want to have this field as a pick list. Okay. If you want to convert the text into a pick list, you can go to type of reference object. A string field can be used as a foundation object. A string field can be used as an employee object. A string field can also be used as a pick list. Okay. Now, if I want to use it as a pick list, what pick list you want to use? When you select pick list, you need to go choose the pick list here. Okay. Let's say gender pick list. Now, I want to use it as custom gender. I want to use it as custom gender. Default label and put custom gender. Enabled, and this is not mandatory. Data type I have changed it to, the type of reference I have changed it to pick list. Then what pick list? I have added it here. Okay. Visibility, edit. If you want this field to be masked, you can go set it to masked as well. Log read access, if you want to log, you can use log. Okay, maximum fraction digits. If it is a decimal field, you can use fraction digits. Trailing zeros, also same thing for decimals. If you want trailing zero, if you want to show up the zeros, you can add zeros as well. Allow import, I want to allow import. Yes. Compensation required, it is not required. Okay, so that is fine. Next custom string, I want to enable this one also. Details, I will enable yes. Okay, mandatory is no. Default label I'll set. Type of reference object. I want to use foundation object. What a foundation object you want to use? Go select the object name. Reference object. If you have chosen foundation object, select what foundation object you want to show. Now this one, I want to show the location. Okay, so this is fine. Date, I'll just put date of birth here. Enable yes. Default label, date of birth. Okay. I'll use one more string field. Okay, custom string 4. I'll enable this. I will use this type of reference object employee. Okay. I want to add HR manager here. HR manager here. And one more text field. I'll put it as simple text. Just a text. Okay. I'll not use any reference object. Well done. I've added all of these fields. Once you add the fields in personal information, so these fields won't show up immediately. If I go to people profile, this won't show up immediately. Why? Because we have not permission. Every field of people profile are to be permissioned. Who should see? Now, I need to know who has permission to view them or edit them. Okay. Now I've logged in as this user, Lbond. I want to grant permissions to this user. First, let me go to view user permission. First, I want to see what permissions or what role this user is in. So LUND. Okay, go view permissions. I want to know first what role this employee is in, so that I can go to that role and grant permissions. Okay. So this employee is having permissions. First name, view current, first name, view history, edit it. Now, is in these many roles. Is in these many roles. Okay, let me go to HR admin team. Any role will do. System admin or HR admin. Manage permission roles. Go to this role. Okay, I'll go to old screen. HRS admin, HR admin team. Permissions. I'll find all of those permissions in employee central effective dated entities. Okay. So here, if I go and see, I've added HR manager field, this one. So I'll grant all the access. Simple text also, this is our field, which we have added now. This is also fine. Date of birth, location, custom gender. So all of these are our fields which we have created. Now I'm granting access to these fields. All the access. Okay. Say done. And let me select. Okay. Save. Okay. So I'll go here. Select any employee. Or maybe the same employee. Okay. Refresh. Personal information. In personal information, we have added these fields, you see. Okay. So let's go here. History. This record. Edit. I'm not worried about these fields. You see, these are the fields what we have added. So one field we have added as custom gender. Okay. And what values are showing up here? Male and female. Because we have chosen this field as a gender pick list. Okay. Whatever values we have in the pick list, gender pick list. Now go to pick list center. Go to pick list center. We have used one field called gender here. Okay. The gender. This one. What values we have? These two are inactive. You see, male and female. We'll add one more value here, external code unknown. Label as unknown, create. Okay, now we have male, female, and unknown as well. If I go here, shows unknown as well, because we have used this as a pick list. Now next is location. I have used the foundation object. I've used foundation object. If you people have created any locations, okay, you can see those locations here because I've mapped it to location field, mapped it to location object. So all of those locations what we have created will show up here. Okay, so this is fine. Now a string converted to pick list, a string converted to foundation object. This is a date. This is a date field. HR manager. This is a user field. I have added this as a employee field. We added this as an employee field. Now go search for any user here. It shows up. It shows up the user. And this is just a simple text. You can add any text. Save. That is showing a simple text. HR manager. This is the user ID of the manager. Okay, for name. These fields. And you see here the gender field, custom gender, we have masked it. This is called masking. Because on the manage business configuration, we have masked this field. You go here, see, it shows up as a masked. Okay, this field will be masked. It won't show up when you select. Go here, select. This is masking. Okay, so these are masked, custom gender. Now you click on show, it shows up the value because this field is masked. Now you can also align these fields. Now it is showing first name and then last name, middle name like this, right? Now alignment, if you want to change, field alignment. Now first name, I want middle name here and last name here. I want this to show up like this. So this alignment can be done in configure people profile. Go to configure people profile. The entire section permissions. Now these are your sections. These are your sections. Each section contains subsections, and subsection contains the portlets, right? On the configure people profile, if you go, first is personal information. It is showing biographical information. It is showing personal information. Click on biographical information and say edit dialog here. Here, you see it is showing up like this. Now drag and drop what fields you want to show. Gender, nationality, marital status I want here. Okay. I want fields, all the fields to show up in this way. Gender and salutation I want here. Okay. Marital status also. Okay. All my custom fields in one place. Okay. I'll save this. I've adjusted my fields now. First name, middle name, last name, gender, salutation, marital status, and marital status since I've updated this. Now you go here, refresh. Then personal information. And go edit. You see now, first name, middle name, last name. These fields are showing up here. Okay, and all of our fields in one single line. Date of birth, HR manager, custom, gender, location. So if the screen is not fitting, it goes into the next line. Otherwise, it shows up in the same line. Okay. So we'll see more on people profile in tomorrow's session. So we'll stop it here for today and we'll connect back tomorrow. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vinay.